The government-run FedNow app is 100% live and banks are starting to adapt it. Are you okay with the government having their hands in the cookie jar, or is it time to shut the door on them? When FedNow was announced, we broke this story and brought it in front of millions of people. But now it is out of beta testing and it is 100% live. So the FedNow app went live on July 20th. And what does this mean for you and everyone at home and all small businesses and large businesses? Because this is going to have an effect on everyone. You want to watch this to the very end because we have a lot to cover so you get a full understanding of what FedNow actually is. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy. I'm the owner and founder of Limitless Culture. We created the most advanced DIY credit management system in the industry. Our system allows you to take control of your credit, creating custom Metro 2 attack letters every single round, never using templates, for only $55.99 a month. Link is always going to be in the description. Now let's get into this video. Millions of Americans across the United States and in other countries use peer-to-peer banking. What does that mean? Every time you send a friend or a business a Venmo payment, a Cash App, or a Zelle, you're actually using peer-to-peer processing services. What a lot of people don't understand about these peer-to-peer services, that one, they're dangerous to use, they're not backed and guaranteed by the FDIC. So if something happens, your money's gone, poof, it's gone. It's been scammer central, as a lot of people may know, or some people have found out the hard way. But the crazy thing about this is all of this is kind of a sham. It's kind of a big scam because you see that it says you're gonna get your payment in one day. Well, in fact, the bank is actually fronting that money to you. So Venmo is giving you the money, and then once it clears from the bank, then they get paid from it. But yet you get your money instantaneously. When in fact, you don't. It takes 2 to 3 business days for that payment to actually clear. And the United States itself has been so behind in banking technology. This is why FedNow has been created. The big question a lot of people always ask me is Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, and all these peer-to-peer actual banking systems going to go away? Is FedNow going to take them over? As of right now, no, that is not the plan. The plan is to have all of these banks and peer-to-peer systems to actually integrate FedNow into their systems so people can actually get their money in real time 24/7. Doesn't matter the holiday, doesn't matter the day. You can get your money instantly, either as a person, a banking person with a specific bank, or a business, as opposed to taking 2 to maybe 5 business days for that actual payment to process. That is a thing of the past starting on July 20th. I'm gonna give you all the pros right now, but stick to the end because I'm gonna talk about all the cons, all the negative juju that's been wrapped around FedNow so you can have a better understanding. But a lot of people have a big misconception that FedNow is the devil and the government's gonna have their hands in the cookie jar. It's a little bit of yes and a little bit of no. But understand there are some really great points here. So you know how you have to usually wait at least, if you get paid on Friday, you don't get paid till Monday? Well, guess what? If your bank is using this payment system, what's gonna happen is you're going to get your payment, your paycheck, instantaneously if your bank has adapted to FedNow. That is a huge plus for millions of Americans. There is another big plus that nobody is talking about. The fact that you can actually do a bill pay system using the FedNow app if your bank has adapted it. That's the catch, ladies and gentlemen. If your bank is not using it, it doesn't matter. Let's say, for instance, you forgot to pay your light bill or your cable bill and you have 1 day to pay it before you get hit with a late fee and you're gonna get penalized, or they're gonna shut it off. Or as a great example, you forgot to pay your credit card or your car payment. Well, guess what? FedNow will allow you to hit that, make that payment in real time so you don't incur the late fee and you don't get your credit dinged. That's a huge win-win for millions of Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck, because we all know some people have to wait until that paycheck hits, and unfortunately they're gonna be late. So with this system being used by banks and credit unions, you can make that payment instantaneously and it's done and received. As far as businesses, when you're trying to make a big wire transfer, you're trying to pay something off, you're trying to pay a merchant, trying to pay some loan, whatever it may be, that money is going to take 2 to 3, maybe 5 business days to process. With a business, either a small business or a large business, that is going to be a thing of the past if your bank or credit union adapts to this. So this is a huge pro for all businesses. And as a great example, instead of waiting days and days for those payments to process and to hit your bank account, as a business owner, you don't have to wait till the 15th or the end of the week or every 7 days. Those payments will hit instantaneously into your bank accounts in real time. That is a game changer for any small or large business that is counting on that cash flow. Let's use another great example. Let's say there's a credit card payment or a debit card payment, or you purchase something at a store and the actual store or a small business has to issue you a refund. Guess what? It usually takes 5 to 7 days for you to actually get that refund or get the credit on your credit card statement, whatever it may be. This is a huge problem in the banking industry and for consumers across the United States, because you're sitting there stuck looking at your phone like, oh, I don't see the refund yet. I don't see it, it hasn't hit. You're checking it day in and day out, hoping that you get your refund. Well, guess what? FedNow is here to fix that also. So FedNow is going to help make sure that those refunds hit immediately. So you don't have to sit there and wait to see, oh, did I get a refund? Oh, what's going on? That is a thing of the past. Again, if your bank adapts to this, because it's all about the bank and the credit union adapting to this. So far, there have been a good amount of adopted banks that have actually started to use this, and it's up and running in those specific financial institutions. Now you're looking at Consumer Cooperative Credit Union, Corporate America Credit Union. Those are 2 big credit unions that are actually using it. JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, and Veridian Credit Union, and US Bank are all some of the biggest banks that have already adapted to it. And of course, the US Treasury Department has started to use it. So this is a huge deal, because what does this mean when you hear US Treasury Department? That means the IRS can accept instant payments for taxes, and you as a consumer can also receive instant refunds instead of actually having to wait with whoever it may be, H&R Block or whatever it is, QuickBooks that you do your taxes with. Whatever it may be, it's going to be a faster way to get your refund, but this is 100% run by the actual Federal Reserve. So people are scared and concerned that the actual government is going to have control and be able to see all of these transactions, because at the end of the day, that data is super valuable. It's what we call big data in the credit game. Some may say this is pushing us into a digital world. Some people may not want it, some people don't like it, but guess what? They are in fact working on a digital currency that they have been working on since 2021. This is just the beginning. These features that I'm talking about are just the beginning of the new features that they're going to roll out with FedNow once it became live. There are going to be so many other features that they're going to bring live as they continue to spread it out, and they're done with full beta testing, because they say they're done, but clearly all the features have not been released yet, and all these banks have not adapted it. How do you feel? Are you comfortable with letting FedNow touch your money and actually see everything that's going on? Tell me in the comments how you really feel about FedNow, and should we just get rid of it? Should we keep it how we have had it, even though we're technically living in the Stone Age compared to other countries? Some may say that the IRS and the US Treasury can just give it and then also take it away, that money instantaneously from your bank account. So let's see what happens. We don't really know, and see if your banks or credit unions are going to fully adapt this, because it does also have some positive benefits for consumers and for everyday small business owners. Now, I hope you like this video. If there's anything specific you want me to talk about, drop it in the comment section. Don't be afraid to ask me about any specific topics you want me to talk about, because it's all about you, our subscribers. We can't do without you and our community. So also make sure to watch the next 2 videos, because they are recommended by YouTube. And don't forget, subscribe to increase your credit score.